This is an anti-national regime. It is behaving in a manner that is consistently destabilizing. The point is, we have gone up from 99 fatalities in 2012 to nearly 450 fatalities, over 450 fatalities in Jammu and Kashmir last year. Then you can redefine terrorism altogether and say we have no problem in this country at all. So this is complete nonsense. The solution is to stop acting the way you are acting. The solution is to get normal democratic politics functioning in Jammu and Kashmir, treat communities with respect, and direct narrowly targeted operations against the terrorists and the terrorists alone. The army is doing that. The security forces are doing that. They have done it on intelligence-based operations. Where is that intelligence coming from? It is coming from the people of Kashmir. Be very clear that the separatist movement in Jammu and Kashmir is an Islamist extremist movement. Now, extremism based on religious identity is a mirror image of other such movements. You can't say their extremism is communal, but my extremism is secular. So basically, these narratives feed into each other. Every time you say that all Muslims are terrorists, you feed into the narrative of the Islamists. By the way, it is not even something that is based on any kind of real belief. It is only opportunistic, directed towards electoral gains. These are childish, vicious, knee-jerk actions. They do not reconcile with people who understand the magisterial authority of the state and the commitments of a state. The problem with this meaningless gesture is that if one of them gets killed, be assured the situation will worsen infinitely. As far as I am concerned, you want to take action against them. They are separatists, they are anti-national, they are engaged in illegal activities. Arrest them, prosecute them, convict them, throw them into jail and forget about them. I don't have a problem with that. That is how a state acts. The subject of terror funding is to be dealt with by acting against the people who are engaged in terror funding. The cases and the investigations carry on for decades because it is not convenient for them to fast track these things. Terrorism cases of terrorism funding, all these things should be fast tracked. People should be investigated and imprisoned at the earliest stages. And it doesn't matter who they are. Effective action, what I would describe as strategic responses, are based on capacities. This government has done nothing to augment our defense and internal security capacities over the past 5 years. Preceding regimes for decades have weakened our security systems. Last year, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defense had come up with a report which said that 68% of all defense equipment with our armed forces is in the vintage category. And they pointed out that India did not have the ammunition to fight a 10-day war against Pakistan. You have had 5 years of this government and they have done nothing to address this problem. In real terms, both internal security budgets and defense budgets have been shrinking year after year. They give a 5-6% increase every year. That does not even take care of inflation. Plus, the revenue expenditure has been expanding within the given budgets. As a result of that, only a very tiny fraction, maybe 5-6%, is actually committed to what is called the capital expenditure. Now, capital expenditure is what builds capacities. Whatever this government does now is only going to be a knee-jerk reaction, something that is intended to address the problem of optics. I consider any retaliatory action at this juncture to be completely irrelevant to the trajectory of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. So whether it happens or not, it is irrelevant. except, as I said, for the optics. If anything, Pakistan today is riding high on what it sees as an imminent victory in Afghanistan. So I see a escalation of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir being almost inevitable in the coming months, irrespective of what the government chooses to do in terms of symbolic retaliatory strikes.